obviously the first question is, what has this past week been like for your department?
This past week has been overwhelmingly difficult for the Binghamton Fire Department, not just for us, but the whole community. A lot of support from everyone around. JR was a model, not just firefighter and paramedic, but a model citizen. And I think we're doing the best job we can honoring him.
What has that outpouring of support from the community been like?
From food to like billboards with his memorial on there, to like people offering to help us with the family with rides for them, we shovel sidewalks for the family, for just taking care of every little thing, has been overwhelmingly great and generous, and I mean, we couldn't ask for more, honestly.
And you mentioned he was a model citizen, mm-hmm. and just what a good person he was. What did he mean to the Binghamton Fire Department?
JR embodied everything that not just a great firefighter and paramedic like he would mean, but a person. Like JR was more than a coworker, more than a friend. He was a model firefighter and paramedic, but beyond that, that was just a small part of JR. He was a huge part of the community. He coached his son in football, basketball, lacrosse. He always was one of the first ones to say that he would help out with PR events, but he did a lot for the community, and he just a selfless person that embodied everything that you would want to be.
And how will you continue to honor his life even after today? How will you guys continue to honor his life and legacy?
I think it's important to, nothing will ever be the same, right? It's always going to be a little bit different without JR. And for myself, for my coworkers, BFD, everybody that knew JR, I think it's important to remember the person that he was, the supporting husband that he was, the father of 3 little kids, the brother that he was, the son that he was, and to remember all the good things about him, and like the countless selfless acts that he did, the coachings, Binghamton, Seton, Windsor. He did instructional lacrosse privately with kids. Just would always go out of his way to ask you how you're doing and see if you need anything. But I think it's important to remember all the good qualities about him, and the selflessness, the countless acts of kindness that he always performed, just how good of a person that he really was. And I think it's important to remember and to carry that on, that for everybody, they should be more like JR.
We all know that there are inherent dangers in firefighting, and yet I've got to imagine his wife and kids had every reason to expect him to come home at the end of shift. How much does that bring it home to the rest of you?
That night it was tough. We each had to go home to our families and explain what had happened. It's always a possibility. You know that taking on this calling as firefighting. But when you see it happen whenever it would happen to anybody, of course, it'd be tragic. But a co-worker someone as loving and selfless as JR, somebody that has kids, it hits home for everyone. I mean, you get taken aback and you realize that, you know, this is way bigger than myself or anybody else on the department. It's out of our hands, and some things aren't easily explained and tough to take, but together we'll get through it.